Number 19, there's a curve with these parametric equations. And we are asked to find the equation of the tangent line at 3 different points. So we'll have 3 different equations of tangent lines. And I recommend that you use point slope form. Slopes will go in the yellow box, and the point AB will go AB in those positions. All right, so we need to know the slopes at these 3 points. And well, we've already got the x and y values for slope-intercept form. When x is 0 and y is 0, the equation will be x minus 0, y minus 0. And when x is negative 3 and y is negative 1, then the equation will have x minus a negative 3 and y minus a negative 1. And when x is negative 3 and y is positive 3, then the equation will have x minus a negative 3 and y minus a positive 3. So all we need to finish this problem are the slopes. And we've learned in section 9.3 that to find the slope of a plane curve, when you're given its parametric equations, you use the formula dy, d the parameter, divided by dx, d the parameter. So the slope of y with respect to t and the derivative of x with respect to t. All right, so in this case, dy dt, you can see is 2t minus 2. And for the denominator, dx dt, that's just 2t. And this simplifies the t minus 1 over t. So we have our slope formula. All right, so now we need to know at each of these points, what is the slope? To calculate what the slope is at each of those points, we need to know what the t value is. So what t value gives us an x and y value of 0 and 0? And it looks like when t is 2. When t is 2, x is 0, and y is 4 minus 4, which is 0. So that's when t is 2. All right, how about when the point is negative 3, negative 1? What t value gives us an x coordinate of negative 3? 1 works. When t is 1, x is negative 3. That could be either of these. Okay, when t is 1, what is y? 1 minus 2, which is a negative 1. All right, so that's for this point. So for that point, t is equal to 1. And how about for this one? If t was a negative 1, negative 1 squared minus 4 is still negative 3. And negative 1 squared is 1 minus a negative 2, which gives us 1 plus 2, which is positive 3. So the t value there is negative 1. All right, and from there, we can get our slopes that we need to finish this problem. When t is 2, the slope is 2 minus 1 over 2, or a half. When t is 1, what's the slope? 1 minus 1 is 0 over 1, or 0. And finally, when t is negative 1, we have negative 2 over negative 1, which is a positive 2. So we now have our equations. You could stop there, but we're in high school now, so we're going to simplify this. This simplifies to just y equals 1 half x, y plus 1 equals 0, and y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 3. You don't have to get any fancier than that. Final answer.